anirodham, anutpadam, anuchedam, ashashvatam, anekartham, nanaartham, agamam, anirgamam, yah pratitya samutpadam, upshamam shivam, deshimasa tam buddhastam, vande vatatam varam. Most respected Bhikshu Sangh, His Eminence Mingyur Rinpoche Ji, Head of our institute, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Kishingong Samtenji, all of our faculty's members, member of the research faculty, and staff members of the institute, and dear friends. It is a great opportunity for me to convene the special talk, Meditation for Mental Peace and Happiness by Venerable Mingyur Rinpoche Ji. Rinpoche Ji is an international well-known Buddhist meditation master, author of many well-known international best-selling books on the Buddhist meditation. And under his guidance, there are hundreds of Buddhist meditation centers all over the world with thousands of followers. Although Rinpoche is very well-known Buddhist meditation master who need not to be introduction. In case there are some who don't know him very well, I will present here a very brief biography of the Rinpoche Ji. Mingyur Rinpoche Ji was born in Nubri, Nepal in 1975. At the age of 3, he was recognized by Gyabje Dingo Khyentse Rinpoche as the incarnation of Yongye Mingyur Rinpoche, who was the great Tibetan yogi. From an early age, he showed great aptitude in his studies and mastered all the 5 main branches of the learning in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. In addition to his studies, Mingyur Rinpoche has completed several long periods of the personal retreat and has continuously received teachings and instructions from many great masters, including his father, the renowned Dzogchen master, Tulku Uryen Rinpoche Ji, Tai Situ Rinpoche, Salje Rinpoche, and Nyoshi Khen Rinpoche. He has traveled several times to the West, including visit to France, America. Giving the teaching and retreat, Rinpoche teaches with a remarkable depth and scholarship. In early June 2011, Mingyur Rinpoche left his monastery in Bodh Gaya, India, to begin in the period of extended solitary retreat. He returned in November 2015 and currently teaching his monastic and Western students living around the world. We are indeed very fortunate to have the Rinpoche Ji come here on our invitation and accept our request to give us a talk on meditation for mental peace and happiness. Thanks you very much, Rinpoche Ji. According to me, while philosophy could be taken as eyes, at the same time, meditation is like a feet, which take us to our destination. In other words, philosophy and meditation are like the 2 wings of the bird. Without these 2 wings, it is not possible to proceed toward the nirvana from the samsara. Therefore, thank you very much, Rinpoche Ji, for giving us some of your precious time. We are indeed very grateful to you for the coming here to kindly coming to our institute. First of all, I would like to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Kishingong Samtenji to formally welcome Rinpoche Ji.
Honorable Bhikshu Sangh, Reverend Rinpoche, the faculty members, staff members, and dear students. It is a great pleasure for me to have Rinpoche here amidst us. We have been thinking of having him with us quite for last many years. But last year when I met him personally, then I requested him to be with us, and then he gladly accepted. And also we fixed a time, but that which was available for Rinpoche, and he was in India at that time. But since that was a time when we had our examination, so that was not possible to arrange his visit. So this time, so well in advance, Rinpoche and we had been in contact and then fixed this time. So we are really very fortunate to have you, Rinpoche, here. And I really express my gratitude for sparing some time to be with us. The meditation, Rinpoche, as Professor Wangchu Dorje has said earlier, Rinpoche has been in the tradition of meditation and study and contemplation and meditation. So which he started from very early age, the three things, Shravan, Chintan and Manan, the study, contemplation and meditation. The meditation here means embodiment and internalization of the things that he has already contemplated on and he has studied on. So this started from his very early age, which all of these three things went together in his life, and he has been carrying this. And as a result of this, he is benefiting thousands of people, millions of people around the world. So this tradition, as we know, is from the Tibetan Buddhism, which again is traced back to the ancient Nalanda, Vikramashila, Takshashila tradition, in which there is a very rich scholarly tradition of exploring the realities, not in the sense of just having kind of mystic feelings and then kind of just simply confined to belief system, but exploration of reality of external world, exploration of reality of inner world, internal world, and particularly the system of mind, which itself is so complex and so deep and so mysterious that apparently most of the 99.9 people are acquainted with the external world but not acquainted with the internal world. The internal world itself is so complex. In fact, the internal world is more complex and more deeper and profound than the world we encounter with our senses. So this has been explored in the ancient Indian tradition. What is this inner world? What actually this is constituted by? And then to understand this, it is necessary to understand the details and the complex of the mind, system of mind. And now these days, as His Holiness the Dalai Lama says, the science of mind. And actually the modern science is more kind of dedicated towards the science of material world, whereas the ancient Indian tradition, and particularly the Nalanda tradition, has been focusing on the exploration of the inner world, particularly the mind, the mental world. And as a result, they have been able to find out the details to such extreme units of the mind, and then to work on them. And that is how there is not only the system of mind is explored, but also how to train those mind, how to train the mind, and how to cope with those negative mental states, and how to improve and then further the positive mental the episodes and mental factors. And in such a manner, there are very extremely systematic tradition of training the mind, and then the spiritual gradual processes through which the mind can be trained and then achieve happiness. So this, the science of mind and the training of the mind through which one can attain happiness has been the greatest kind of, the treasure of the Buddhism that is preserved in Tibet, clubbed with the scholarly tradition, because these are to be studied with the enormous tradition of scholarship, and then grounded on that, then there is a process of contemplation and internalization. So that is why how Rinpoche is a product of this tradition, and then since very young age he has been actively not only teaching but meditating, and then as a result of that he has been teaching to, as it has been said, teaching to millions of people around the world, and then has written a number of books. And in one of the book Rinpoche's, the subtitle is Unlocking the Secret and Science of Happiness. This is really, it is not just kind of metaphoric expression, but it is a real, the reality, the unlocking the secret and science of happiness. Really, if you explore the mind, then there we find the keys how to achieve happiness, how to unlock those secrets, and how to unlock the, unlock and achieve happiness. These are all, not in a form of metaphorical and mysterious kind of mysterious sense, but in reality these are practiced and found and achievable and doable. And that is what Rinpoche has been doing. We really appreciate what Rinpoche has been doing around the world. He has disciples and students all over the world, in the Western world and in Asian countries, and in, of course, in Tibetan tradition community, and in Indian places. So taking this advantage, I would like to express the gratitude for Rinpoche for benefiting not only in maintaining the tradition, intellectual tradition, but also sharing it with a large number of audience. So I would like to, so we are already celebrating, and it has already been completed, the 50th golden jubilee of the establishment of this university. So on this occasion, I would like to present Rinpoche the souvenir and sign of our gratitude to you, Rinpoche.
I'm very happy to be here at the university today, and as Vice Chancellor requests me to come here to give some speech. So today, my speech is about meditation. So first, I would like to request all of us practice a little bit about awareness meditation. So please, everyone, keep your spine straight, loosely straight, and close eyes, and feel the body. Feel the gravity in the body and relax muscles starting from top of the head. And be aware of any sensation on the top of your head. And move from head to face. Be aware of any sensation in your face. Back of the head. Relax muscles in the back of head. And be aware of any sensation, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, or maybe there's no sensation. Be aware, to be aware of even there's no sensation. Now move to the neck. Same as relax muscles in your neck and to be aware of any sensation. Shoulders. Relax your shoulder, right and left shoulders. And to be aware of any sensation in your shoulder. Now back. From upper back to lower back. Be aware of any sensation in your back. Now, chest. Be aware of any sensation in your chest. Let it be. Don't try to control the sensation. Don't look for pleasant sensation. Don't avoid unpleasant sensation. Just simply observe and let it be. Now move to the stomach. Don't tight or squeeze your stomach. Relax muscles in your stomach. And to be aware of any sensation in your stomach. Now, attention move into your legs and arms. Right and left arms. And the right and left legs. To be aware of any sensation in your arms and legs. Let it be. Now be aware of entire your body and watch the sensation from head to feet. It doesn't matter. Pleasant sensation, unpleasant sensation, neutral, or no sensation. Don't try to control the sensation. Don't suppress. Let it be. If you observe the sensation, then you are fine. All these sensations are in the awareness. Let sensation arise in the awareness, be in the awareness, let dissolve into awareness. Be yourself, be free. Okay, now please open your eyes. So, how was it? So, maybe while you are aware of the body and sensation, you might have a lot of thoughts, right? Thinking about the past, future plan. There's a lot of yada, yada, yada in our head. Talking. Where I can find the sensation? Sometimes when you look for sensation, you cannot find sensation. Or you might have unpleasant sensation, which is you don't like. Or you're particularly looking for pleasant sensation, like peace, calm. When we look for peace and calm, they will say, I'm busy. They don't want to come. And when we try to avoid unpleasant sensation, and they will say, I'm here. They will come more. Same as thought. So we have a lot of thought. And when we say, don't think, then we think more. Right? But when we need to think, oh, now I have to study. Okay. Then our mind becomes blank. Especially when you do exam, right? Very important moment. Okay, today I memorize all these things and I have to give all the answer. So pen and paper, and mind become blank. And after finish exam, when you go out, oh, I remember the answer. So that's what we call our mind is like crazy monkey. Our mind is not pliable, workable. And the most of the time, our mind does the opposite. Right? When we say yes, mind says no. When you say no, monkey mind says yes. I don't want to be worried. I want to be peace. Then you become more worried. Okay, from today on, I want to be nice, kind, with big smile. But then, if you met your friend or your colleague which is irritating you, after 3 minutes later, anger comes like bomb explosion. And then you may express maybe not nice word or not nice attitude. After you're done, you regret. Oh dear, I shouldn't do that. So that is the causes of suffering. The base of suffering is ignorance. And then from ignorance, there's aversion and craving. So it's like if you want to drive a car, first you have to on the engine, right? So engine like ignorant. Then we have accelerator and brake, like aversion and craving, attachment. So, through that, then we will have suffering of samsara, car of samsara. And this go on. So, as Vice Chancellor mentioned about that, there's a lot of great things within us, within our mind, that we can explore, that we can discover. There's unlimited discovery within ourselves. The inner world is more interesting than outer world. So we have awareness, we have clarity, we have mindfulness, we have wisdom, we have love and compassion, we have skills, capacity, so many things are within us. So the meditation technique is to recognize our innate quality, our potential, and to find the real answer within us. As Buddha Shakyamuni seeking for great answer. He was a king, right? The prince. So, although he has luxury, palace, nice parent, wonderful life, but he felt that something is missing. Then he went to search the answer. He learned so many different philosophy and different tradition of meditation, but still didn't find answer. And he even did 6 years of meditation. In the end, he went to Bodh Gaya and sat down under Bodhi tree and let go. Let go of all the philosophy, all the meditations. Let be as it is, as it is. Then he found a great realization, great answer. The answer is, everything is there. You don't need to look somewhere else. Yeah. So, therefore, for the meditation, there are many different levels of the meditation. The first meditation is what we call karma-biting meditation, shamatha. And for that, the first important is we have to recognize awareness. So what we call the essence of meditation is awareness. So what is awareness? Awareness meaning knowing. Knows what you are thinking, what you are feeling, what you are doing, what you are seeing. That is awareness. So, to connect with that awareness, we need to use object. Awareness is like light. You know, in this room we have light, right? Do we have light in the room? Yes. Can you see the light? You can see light, right? You can see light on my face, on the wall, on the ground, on the ceiling. But it's not so easy to see light in the empty space, isn't it? Not so easy, although there's light. So therefore, the nature of this, our mind, is shunyata. There's a lot of great, which is emptiness. There's a lot of great qualities are there, but at the beginning, not easy to grab that. So we need to use support. We can see light on the wall, so we can connect with the awareness through object, through breath, the breathing meditation, anapana, or through sound, and just what we did is through sensation with the body, right? So, but when we are aware of the breath, the most important thing is the awareness, not the breath. breath is just support for awareness. So it doesn't matter. Slow breath, deep breath, shallow breath, good. Breathing is not so comfortable, or smooth breath, it doesn't matter. Most important is whatever your natural breath, and you just be aware of it as it is. Be aware of as it is. Okay? So maybe I will introduce more about awareness. Now, you remember about awareness? What did I say? What is the awareness? Knowing, right? Maybe we will do one simple exercise. Please raise your hand. Do you know you're raising hand? Yes? Yeah, that's awareness. Do you feel any sensation in your hand? If you continue, raise your hand, please. If you feel cold, shake your hand. Okay. Do you know you have this cold sensation? Yeah, that is awareness. And how many of you feel warm? Shake your hand. Yeah, you know. Do you know that you are feeling warm here in your palm? Yes? That is awareness. And how many of you don't feel anything? Cannot find any sensation? Shake hand. Yeah. You know that you cannot find, right? That is also awareness. So for the awareness, it doesn't matter. Warm, cold, no sensation, it doesn't matter. Continue, raise your hand, please. So, now, how many of you have pain here? Okay, that is unpleasant sensation. So do you know that you are having pain? Yeah, that's awareness. So now, put your hand down. Do you feel relaxed? That is a pleasant sensation. So when you feel relaxed, if you're aware that you are feeling relaxed, that is also awareness. So it's very simple, actually. Just to be aware of it. And it doesn't matter, the object. Cold, warm, neutral, or even there's no sensation. Or pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, doesn't matter. Just to be aware of it. Okay, so now there are few different types of meditation technique. At the beginning, we need to begin with some objects. So, few choice. One is breathing. One is the mental recitation. Another is maybe sound. So, which one you prefer? Sound, raise your hand. Okay. Breath. Mental recitation. Okay. Breath. So, how many of you breathing right now? Raise your hand. Of course, right? Do you know you are breathing? Yeah, that is awareness. You are aware of your breath right now. Very simple. That's all. So just simply be aware of your breath. So breathing in, breathing out. 1. Need to count. So in the Abhidharma Kosha said first step of the breathing meditation is just count. Count until 10. So breathing in, out, 1. In, out, 2. Just like that. So now we're going to practice this together. And the meditation posture, there are many, normally what we call 7-point Vairocana posture. But make it simple, only 2. So first is keep your spine straight, all the way to head. Loosely straight, because the spine naturally a little bit curved, right? That's okay. That's the first one. Second, relax your shoulder and the arms, legs, the relaxed muscles in your body as it is. Okay, now please keep your spine loosely straight and balance your feet. You are sitting on the chair. Touch both of feet to the ground. Balance. And now please close your eyes and feel your body. Feel the gravity in your body. And scan your body from head to feet. Same as before. Observe whatever sensation there in your body. Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, it doesn't matter. Just simply to be aware of it. Now please bring your awareness on your breath. Be aware of your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Count until 10. Okay, now please open your eyes. Okay. How was it? How many of you finished 10? Raise your hand. Great. And how many of you count less than 10? Raise your hand. Yeah. So there are many different breathing styles. Some of you, the style of your breath is deep, so very slow. Some of you are shallow, fast. So whatever your breath, be as it is, and you're just aware of it. And how many of you, when you try to be aware of your breath, there many thoughts comes. Bala 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 yada yada yada. Raise your hand. Okay, that is normal. When we try to aware of breath, suddenly we hear some sound, phone ringing, or the coughing, or about your past exam. Oh, that exam went well. Or the future, what should I do tomorrow? Soon we will have lunch. I'm a little bit hungry. So that's normal. But important thing is check that whether you are still remember your breath or not. Don't block this thought. You don't need to block. If you still remember your breath, you're okay. So many people has misunderstood about the meditation. They think meditation meaning think of nothing. So then when you focus on the breath and you're looking, did I thinking anything else? Do I thinking anything else? Oh, lunch is coming. No lunch. Then you forget your breath. So if lunch appear in your mind, let it be. Let lunch come, let lunch go. But the important is, don't forget your breath. Back to the breath again. Sometimes you can aware of the breath and the image of lunch comes as like background. Breathing in, breathing out. Chawal dal, right? Chawal dal comes, goes. No, it's okay. If you still remember your breath, let it be. Don't block. You cannot block. Impossible, right? Should we try? Maybe we will practice one special meditation, a meditation about chawal dal. Try, okay. So this meditation has special rule. For 1 minute, we're going to practice this meditation for 1 minute. You are not allowed to think of chawal dal. For 1 minute. No chawal dal. Okay? So please keep your spine loosely straight. And now please close your eyes. And I will say 1, 2, 3. When you hear 3, no chawal dal. So first scan your body. Relax muscles in your body. And to be aware of sensation from head to feet. One, 2, 3. No chawal dal. Don't think that I cannot think chawal dal, Then you will think more. So, if you think chawal dal 1 second, you will lose this meditation. So, be careful. Okay. How was it? Easy or not easy? Lot of chawal dal. So when you say no chawal dal, then you think chawal dal more, right? Many style of chawal dal. Basmati rice, normal rice, and different type of dal, yellow dal, black dal. So that is aversion. So the 3 roots of the samsara, root of samsara. First is ignorance, right? The second is aversion and attachment. So when you try to block, control, suppress, then the opposite become more, aversion. So for the meditation, you don't need to block anything. Important is to connect with awareness. If you connect with awareness, whatever thought, emotion come, let them come. Let them go. Your mind back to the breath. Back to the breath. Remember your breath. And also no need to look for special feeling, sensation. Don't look for peace, clarity, non-conceptual state of mind. Right? No need. As I mentioned before, if you look for peace, calm, peace, then they will say, I'm busy, right? But if you don't care about those, they will come automatically. So when we meditate, there are 3 pleasant experiences, which is clarity, bliss, non-conceptual experience. And there's a 2 rough experience, which is dullness and agitation. So these 2, both are same. So the problem is we attach to that. It's very important to have clarity of awareness, but not the clarity of experience of clarity. Essence of meditation is not the peaceful, not the bliss or joy, not the clarity. The essence of meditation is awareness. So, peaceful, clarity, joyful, dull, agitation, both are same. So in Tibet, we have example. From eastern Tibet to go to central Tibet, Lhasa, there's a lot of mountain up and down. When you go up, it's getting close to Lhasa. When you go down, also getting close to Lhasa. It's journey. So therefore, for the meditation, we will have up and down. 3 peaceful experience, 2 rough experience, but both are same. Important is awareness. And this awareness cannot be obscured by dullness or agitation, or bliss, joy, clarity, non-conceptual experience. Right? So, the first important is recognize awareness, right? That's the wisdom. So awareness also has wisdom. To recognize awareness, recognize knowing is the wisdom also. So maybe I will do one examination, not the teachers, for students, examination of awareness. Don't worry, there will be no failure. Awareness cannot be failed, okay? So I will ask 3 questions, and you can give answer whatever you feel or you think. You feel or you think, okay? So this is the examination of awareness. So how many of you know awareness now? Raise your hand. Okay. And how many of you not recognize awareness yet? Raise your hand. Yeah, great. Okay. And how many of you not sure? Maybe this, maybe I know. Raise your hand. Okay. Now I will tell you the result. Should I tell you or not? The result is all of you are pass. I told you that there's nothing, no one will fail, right? So all of you are pass. How did you pass? Of course, those who said, yes, I know awareness, of course you pass, right? And those who said, I don't know awareness. Do you know that you don't know? If you know that you don't know awareness, that means you know awareness. Isn't it? I don't know awareness. This is why you're raising hand. Otherwise, you cannot raise your hand. And those who said, oh, I'm not sure, maybe I recognize, maybe not. Do you know that you are not sure? If you know you are not sure, that means you recognize awareness. You are aware that you are not sure. So, awareness is like what we call like ocean. Thought, emotion, feeling, perception is like a wave of the ocean. So, awareness is always there. But we need to recognize. So, once we connect with awareness, not just intellectually recognize doesn't help. We have to practice. So, to practice, we need to use one object. So here we are using breath, and to maintain the recognition of awareness with the breath. So breathing in, breathing out. Of course, at the beginning, you cannot count until 10, right? Breathing in, breathing out, 1, and then 2, and then 3, and jawal. And you are in the restaurant eating jawal dal. And you don't know when you get in the restaurant, how you get there. Oop, I'm supposed to meditate on my breath. How did I get here? You lost. Again, back to the breath. Oh, remember your breath. Breathing in, maybe 3, 4, 5. Lost again. Jawal dal. Or go to the past, go to the future. Oh, again, back to the breath. Then slowly you can count until 10. So when you count until 10, stop a little bit. And again count from 1 to 10, again stop. So when we try like that again and again, then our mind become more pliable, workable. So the goal of meditation, special shamatha meditation, is to achieve mind become pliable, workable. Less roma. So become pliable, workable. When you want to think, you can think. When you want to rest, you can rest. So that is the goal of shamatha meditation. And from there, then we can start vipassana, the insight meditation, which is to try to explore nature of the reality, such as impermanent, emptiness, so on. So, as I mentioned before, all the answer is here with us. So, awareness is great gift. And we all have this awareness. Doesn't matter who we are. And this awareness is with you all the time, isn't it? So important is we have to recognize. We have to discover this. And we need to maintain that recognition with the object first. So that's the meditation. So I will stop here and open for Q&A, question and answer. And if you have any question special related with your own experience when you meditate, how you understand or not understand, or focus more on the experiential part, okay? So, welcome.
First of all, I thanks very much for VC and other concerned persons to organizing these meditation sessions. When Rinpoche talk about the Namnang Chodun, the 7th posture of Vairocana, where we meditate, there we find that the focus of your eyes should be on the tip of nose. On the basis of my personal experience, actually I involved in meditations in 2007, 2011, but it was not according to Mahan traditions, it was according to Theravada traditions, I guess, in Sarnath Goenka Center. The reasons of closing eyes while we meditate is to escape ourselves from distractions. But if we go with the Namnang Chudin, that the sevenfold that we talk, should we just focus our eyes, focus on the tip of nose, and at the same time focus on the breath? Or should I just focus on the tip of nose or breathing? Focus our eyes on the tip of nose, but mentally focus on the breathing? So that was my questions. Another question, the second question is, as we already discussed that the meditations and philosophy in Buddhism is almost like two feathers, for example, at a bird. But it might be the case in ancient time that we have both of them in monastic institutions. But as far as my experience goes, these days we don't have meditation sessions. Although it's intellectually talked, but practically we are not talking about the meditations, especially in Mahana traditions. Whereas in Theravada traditions, we found that they meditate every times after their teaching. I just asked Rinpoche whether Rinpoche has any plans in future to initiate meditations in other monastic institutions other than your monastic institutions, or if Rinpoche will actually accept us if any of us approach to Rinpoche to learn about Mahanic meditations. Thank you.
Thank you. So the first, related with the first question. So eyes gaze, there are many different style. So basically there's two style. One is closed, one is open. So what we call normally, when you practice shamatha, karma biting meditation, closed eyes is better. And when you practice vipassana, open eyes is better. Or if you are beginner meditator, close eyes, and as you get more experience about meditation, open eyes. So there are different recommendation. When you close your eyes, just close as natural. Like when you go to sleep, you close your eyes, right? You don't need to close particular way. And when you open eyes, there are three cases. The common one is, as you mentioned, looking tip of your nose. But it doesn't mean you cross your eyes and to find your nose. Not like that. If you do that, then you see double everything, like this. And forget about the meditation. You also become like that. So the main meaning is almost like you're focusing on the space in front of your nose. Here, the space. So when you open your eyes, your mind focus on the space, then your eyes gazing become more open. Little bit blur, but more open, spacious. Not particular looking at one object. But again, don't look at the one object. Don't look at the one object. Then you will see object, Same as like Jawaldal. No Jawaldal. No Jawaldal. Focus on my nose. Focus on my nose. Then you cannot find your nose. So, most important is relax. And if you don't know how to focus on the tip of nose, don't care. Just look at the object, doesn't matter. Look a little bit downward. That's the first. Second is straight. Third is a little bit upward. Especially if you feel dullness. When you feel dullness, meaning sometimes when we meditate, we feel like unclear, sometimes sleepy, and that time you have to look a little bit upward. Not too much like this. A little bit. Or when we feel agitation, lot of thought, think a lot, Sometimes when you begin to meditate, what we call waterfall experience, which is we feel like thoughts are getting more. Oh, my mind become worse than before. What happened? I'm thinking a lot. Before, I don't have so much thought like this. That is a good sign. What we call waterfall experience. For example, normally when you see the muddy river, when you look at the muddy river, you cannot see fish. But then the river become more calm and clean, you will see a lot of fish in the river. You might wonder, wow, so many fish are here, where they come from? But actually they are there. So same like that. When we begin to meditate, our mind become more calm and peaceful. We will begin to recognize so many thoughts. So if you feel this agitation, like your mind become wild, a lot of thought, emotion comes, eyes, gaze, look down. Or sometimes close. And then if your mind become more balanced, look straight. So something like that. But also need to change. If you look at the one eyes gaze all the time, feel bored after a certain level. So when you change your gaze, you feel fresh. And the second question about the meditation, actually in Tibet there are many meditation lineage and many monasteries they practice. And many places they study and practice together. And they are like 3-year retreat centers also. And also nowadays, also in the my monastery, we try to follow the Nalanda tradition. So in the Nalanda tradition, a lot of scholars, they study in the daytime, and then in the evening they contemplate, in the morning they meditate. So study, contemplate, meditation together. So we try to do that. Thank you. Next.
다시 들을라. 저거디 비교토 지금 섬든. 단당라 저와 칸이서도 저와 직디 단당아서 다음에 소소의 셈파 책도 와라. 셈파 책도 단당아서기 비주 낭된디 소소기 낮은 직부체만 봐. 디찰라 셴펜기 셈파게네 셴셈쟁기 동열디수 책이 탑시지 응아망하라 인데 시계도 더디수 단다 낮은 체다냠도 셴기 동열디야 체네 낮은 자와라 미바 삼네 디 캐펜이나 소소기 랑기 셈 주직부체네 디 곰네 캐펜 간데나 디직 이게 세시지라 니바디 단다디
So, there are many different types of meditation. So, mainly what we call two things. Two wings of bird, which is related with the relative and absolute. And for the relative, there's the compassion, bodhicitta, there's a devotion, faith. All these are the relative aspect. Method aspect. And for the absolute is the wisdom to know the nature of reality, which is impermanent, then emptiness. So there's different step-by-step practice. So we need both together. These are two wings of bird. So normally when we begin to meditate, first we take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So that is like your direction. And then develop loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. And that is helps to get to your direction, help to go to the off track, bodhicitta. Then practice the main meditation. So main meditation might be shamatha or vipassana, whatever practice. Then in the end, dedicate. So we need all this combined together.
저니버디 단당아서 곰제게로 하라. 곰제디 단당아서 인지미지 다치도 곰반 봐줘라. 르트강제 땐인데 저거이나. dimminang아서디 봐 흉내시디 지솔라디 소소기 뒤준기 같은 데서 땅 지솔라 봐줘도 곰만 냠된 나와 람라 캔내 줘야지요 와라. 디 냠된이라 인지민지 곰바 봐주디 르톨라 되네 곰녀디다 지솔라 되네 나와 람라 캔내 줘야기 곰반이라 개발을 강요했나디.
So I think most of you understand the question. Should I need to repeat or not yet? So this session is English based. So I will teach in Tibetan afternoon. So the question is if you want to meditate, we have to renounce everything to go to the mountain, or we can meditate in our daily life to transform whatever comes in our life. So the answer is you can do both. The most important thing is, like right now, what we learn right now is awareness, right? And the awareness doesn't matter. You can practice awareness in the city. You can practice awareness in the mountain. So normally what we call, you can meditate everywhere, anytime, under any circumstances. So there are two types of meditation. One is formal meditation. The formal meditation is you sit on the cushion or chair, whatever, and fully dedicate time for the meditation. Not communicate with others, not look at the phone, not television. Fully time dedicated with the meditation. That's the formal meditation. So we need to have one formal meditation every day. At the beginning, don't meditate too long, because then you cannot continue. Maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, best is 1 hour, but don't try to commit 1 hour at the beginning. So you can do 1 day, 2 days, then gone. So first important is we need to build up habit, new habit. To build new habit, it will take 30 days. So first week, okay. Second week, very difficult. Third week, okay. And the fourth week, more easy. So after 30 days later, you already have new habit. Then the second thing is informal meditation, which is you can meditate everywhere. So we all have breath, isn't it? Breath with us 24 hours. So you can be aware of your breath anytime. While drinking water, you can aware of your breath. Half breath, full breath, doesn't matter. You know, when you drink the water, okay, breathe. Right? Or when you study, look at the book, and time to time, watch your breath. Again, think about meaning of book. Rest your mind with the breath. That way, it's good for study also. Your mind has opportunity to relax, and our mind become more open, more spacious, more creative. And not only that, also if you are working in your life, if you have project, you can think first. Rest with your breath, and think again. Rest. Or while you're having chawal dal, or having communicate with others, watching your phone, television, anytime, everywhere, short time, many time.
Rinpoche. I'm very much blessed to be here, and I have a question that Rinpoche has mentioned that there are 3 forms, like sensations coming while we are meditating. But as I believe, there cannot be a place in our body where there is no sensation, because our cells and tissues are always vibrating. Always moving and vibrating. Therefore, if there is no sensation in our body, so as I believe that isn't a type of lie, because our tissues are always vibrating, and if the tissues are vibrating, then there must be sensation in our body.
Yeah, good question. So the main thing is for the experiential level, at the beginning, some part of body, you cannot find sensation. So many people, special this happens in the, so what we call normally 4 bases of mindfulness practice. Mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of sensation, mindfulness of the mind, and mindfulness of phenomena. So there are many different traditions. Each tradition, they focus many different, especially in Buddhist, they focus more about the body or sensation or something. So those people who focus on the sensation, those tradition, and they are looking for the subtle sensation, which is always there from top of your head to the feet. The subtle sensation. So if our mind can be with that subtle sensation, and eventually that really helps even dissolve the gross sensation. And these gross sensations are connected with the aversion, attachment, all this. So in the end, entire our body dissolve into the subtle sensation. And especially if you see that subtle sensation is changing, impermanent, moment by moment, and that is we can achieve arhat. So in that tradition, of course, a lot of emphasis about the subtle sensation. But the problem is many people looking for that subtle sensation. Then you are become like dog chasing tail. Aversion, attachment also comes looking for subtle sensation, subtle sensation. So for our tradition is don't care. Most important is connect with awareness. If you see sensation, okay. If you cannot see sensation, okay. So no sensation meaning you don't see, you don't feel. Let it be like that.
A very cordial welcome to you, sir. And I have this one problem for myself because I heard that while meditation we have to focus, and then I have heard that while meditating you need to let go, as you say. But yeah, from my experience, I have tried meditating, but when I try to focus on my object, on my breathing, I get agitated, like because I cannot hold on it, so I get depressed on it. But when I let go of my breathing or my mind, when I go of my thoughts, the thoughts like they run, like they are like crazy monkeys. So I find it when I think of my thoughts, because they are mostly related with the attachment and mostly like pleasure things. So I feel pleasure in thinking more of the thoughts. So how to control my thoughts? Because you said that we have to let go of the thoughts. Yeah. So that's my problem.
Yeah. Letting go is not giving up. So letting go meaning let it be as it is. It's the middle way. The middle way meaning the follow the flow of the nature, flow of the truth. So when we are aware of our breath, as I mentioned before, don't block thought and emotion. You cannot block. But don't give up your breath. Let it try to back to the breath. Remember, am I? So sometimes what we call Tenpa Sheshin. Sheshin meaning like mindfulness. So check, am I forget my breath or not? If you not forget your breath, then whatever this agitation, thought, monkey, mind, let them come. You don't have to worry about that. So don't get lost, but don't block thought and emotion.
Tashidali Rinpoche, I have two questions. My first question is that in ancient time, they are saying Dalai Lama arrives in a nation, and Dalai Lama sees a person who has no head.
Ancient time?
Yeah, in ancient time, I've heard this story. There is a man without having a head. So my question is that it is possible to meditate without a head.
Sixth Dalai Lama life story, right?
Yeah, sixth Dalai Lama maybe.
Oh, right. Sixth Dalai Lama. Yeah. Anything is possible, right? Samsara meaning possibility.
But when we meditate, we have to think about the breath and focus on it. So we think from head, so it's possible yesterday.
Yeah?
And my second question is, maybe it's a little stupid question, but there is a saying, of Dalai Lama, sleeping is the best medicine. So it's really hard for me because I always sleep, but how can it be?
You cannot sleep well? Oh, you always sleeping?
I always sleep, but how can
Okay.
it's really understandable.
So, in the Abhidhamma, what we call the food, of course, the regular food is also food, but sleeping is also like food for the body. So, we need, now scientists said we need to sleep every day from 6 to 8 hours, right? So, normally, we need to have balance for our body. So, active and rest. So nowadays, people are busy with life, special in the night. Many people sleep very late, and that is not good for the body. And even in the Tibetan medicine, what we call the balance of resting and active has to be balanced. So sleep, good enough number of sleep is very good. But too much sleep also not good, right? Too less sleep also not good. The middle way.
Good afternoon, Rinpoche, and we are very blessed to be making an appearance here. So we feel really gratitude toward you.
Thank you.
So the question mine is that it is according to my own individual experience. So before a few months ago, I just tried to kind of I cannot say that it was accurate meditation or not. I'm not sure about that. But even I was trying to do that. So the thing I was facing problem that just when I was breathing, I was concentrating on my breath, and as you mentioned before, that you said that you should keep breathing, go out, come in. So I did I did for 5 minutes maybe, that long. Not 5 minutes. It was just maybe about 2 minutes long. So at that moment, just I was going deeper. So just I was in that stage that I was about to go much deeper, and I was just about to get lost in that stage. So after I just thought it was so dangerous if I might get into the stage of coma. So that could be also dangerous. So for that solution, what we can do? What would be the best this one solution?
Do you feel sometime here like movement on the head, like opening, closing, heat?
Yeah, just
sometime.
Not actually, but just.
Do you feel anything from spine, back, the like tingling or like electric movement?
Yeah, like kind of that electric kind of that was vibration on.
Vibration, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what we call energy movement. So sometime when we meditate, we will have this energy movement. So feeling like vibration from the spine or inside the body or pressure from the head, throat, heart center, and sometime a little bit shake, some people. But this energy movement is not bad. It's good. Actually, what we call transforming prana, bindu, nadi, like the nerves, cells, energy in our body, transforming impure to pure. So therefore, we will have this energy movement. So energy movement has 4 things. The first is a sign for the body, in the body. Second is sensory perception. Someday you see dot, color. Some people has even visions, sound, hear the mantra or smell, taste. And third is sense of energy. Oh, this place has good energy. Oh, this place has negative energy. Third is emotion up and down. Like now you have this intensive experience, going more deeper. In the end, you feel like almost losing yourself, right? So this is why you feel afraid. No problem, you can let it be. But the most important is try to keep connected with awareness. If you feel like deeper, in that moment, do you aware of that feeling of deeper? So if you be aware of feeling of that deepness, then you are connecting with awareness. And then whatever you feel, see anything, don't attach to that. Just treat it as like watching television. Last question.
Rinpoche, my question is that when we do Anapana meditation, we have to think my breathing is going to out and in. If we think breathing is going to out and in, that mind is conceptual. I think when we do meditation, we need non-conceptual. How to think this
Yeah,
clearly.
good question. So, when Buddha was in India, Buddha taught about emptiness, shunyata. And then also Buddha taught about the compassion, six paramita, the generosity, or so on, so on. And then student asked same question. You said everything's emptiness, but sometimes you said, oh, compassion, devotion, help others. And these are concepts. They're subject and object. So it seems like contradiction. And Buddha said, the student was farmer. Buddha said, when you make the farm, what is the best fertilizer? Or something from the toilet, right? And also, whatever the animal dungs. So these are dirty, but if you put into the farm, it will grow green. So, although shamatha is subject and object, aware of your breath is concept, and also relative compassion, relative bodhicitta, devotion is concept, but good concept. And from there, we will develop wisdom. So go beyond concept. Another example is Buddha said, if we rub two woods, can produce fire, but in the end, the fire will burn wood itself. So using the good relative practice can develop wisdom. In the end, you can go beyond of that also. In order to cross river, we have to use boat. But once we cross the river, we don't need boat. Just like that.
I have a very simple question. Breathing meditation is actually very good for calming our mind. But when we are doing visualization meditation, like our own Lama Guru, how to achieve clarity, because clarity is very important in visualization. It's satisfying, but how to achieve that? From my experience, breathing meditation doesn't have much. Thank you.
So, the shamatha meditation technique, there are many different styles. Like in the many suttas that mention about imagining Buddha, Shakyamuni, in front of you. The golden color of Buddha, and you imagine the Buddha, and that is the one of the shamatha meditation practice. So, how to develop clarity, for example, especially in the tantric practice, we have to visualize Buddhas, deities in front of you, front visualization, self-visualization. So for this, how to develop clarity? At the beginning, we cannot visualize very clear, and no need to visualize very clear. The most important is, for example, if you want to imagine Buddha, just feel Buddha is there. The wisdom, compassion, and the blessings of Buddha is everywhere. There's no difference between day and night, no difference between you pray or not. So, so whoever thinking of Buddha, Buddha is just right there in front of you. So when we feel the presence of Buddha, but then there's a lot of process of this visualization, what we call yo top gom. At the beginning, move. The image will move. The color will change, shape will change. At the beginning, you cannot imagine anything. When you think of Buddha in front of you, your mind becomes blank. Nothing. Buddha, nothing. Don't give up, but let it go. The important is just feel the presence of Buddha. Even you cannot think of shape and color of Buddha, it doesn't matter. Just feel presence. And then slowly, you will think little bit. Then you will have the second experience, the moving, changing. So when you imagine Buddha very nice, suddenly Buddha become crooked. Like this, or change color. You imagine blue Buddha, suddenly become red Buddha. Or sometimes what we call think of the head of Buddha, then feet disappear. Think of feet, head disappear. So sometimes what we call so the developmental practice is not development practice, it's disillusion practice. So that's normal. But even though Buddha appear as like ghost, most important is the Buddha's wisdom is there, compassion is there. So feel the presence of Buddha.
Yes, last question, please. Cannot take more because of
Rinpoche
time.
Tashtelek. I have two questions, and I would like to ask you from maybe your experience, retreat experience, one question like this. Why in most of cases in Tibet yogis take first 3 years retreat? Is it special something in this curriculum for 3 years, not for 1 or 2 or maybe 5 years? Maybe you can tell from your experience. This is first question. And second, recently I met one monk who was dreaming many years about retreats, but when in Nepal he went somewhere in mountains and was meditating on impermanence and death. And he said, I felt so afraid that here no medicine, no hospital, and he was sick. And he thought I might die, and what to do in this case? So he said, I was so afraid, first time in my life, and he was quite brave monk, because he faced such reality that he said, I was honest with myself and I stopped this meditation and this 3-year retreat. So maybe from your feelings and your experiences of such retreats, maybe you can tell a little bit about such reflections. Thank you.
So the tradition of 3 year, 3 month retreat comes from what we call, this is special in the Vajrayana tradition, when we very serious practice, and you will achieve enlightenment within 1 lifetime. So when we count about the breath, so one day we have 21,000, right? 21,600. Yeah. So we have 21,600 breath. So normally what we call every 32 breath, there's a half wisdom breath. So when you count this for 100 years, then that will be 3 years and 3 months and 3 up and down lunar move. So if we really focus to practice meditation day and night for 3 years, 3 months, then possible to achieve enlightenment. That's the reason. But of course, nowadays, our mind go here and there, right? Sometimes our body in the retreat, but mind goes everywhere, so it doesn't count. But the monk, what you mentioned, is want to practice to retreat, go to the mountain, and afraid of death. It's possible, of course. So normally what we call, first, when you develop meditation experience, you have to stay with a safe place. You have to learn from the teacher and with the community of practitioner. So once you develop certain experience, then you go to wild place. So it's like making fire. So first you have to make fire with a safe place, with the small, tiny woods and like that, right? Once the fire become big, then wind, strong wind or add big wood, doesn't matter. So everything become the fire, just like that.
Really, Rinpoche gave very profound teaching on how to tame or how to control or how to mastery on our wild mind through the different analogies and with his own experience. Really, I think meditation is the only way to master our mind. So Buddha has said in the sutra, there are three unconceivable powers. Like the powers of cause and effect is unconceivable, which is of course in front of us. The diverse habitant and inhabitant is the of course result of the cause and effect. And likewise, Buddha has taught that the physics, energy has unconceivable power. Again, that is which is in front of us. We have the cell phones, we have the supersonic jets, and these all are, of course, the quality of the physics. Likewise, mind has also potential, unconceivable potential. In order to achieve that mind power or spiritual power, we need, I think, the meditation. Meditation is the only way. Of course, Rinpoche-ji have explain very simple way, how to meditate, Of course, in the meditation, as mentioned Rinpoche-ji, awareness is the dominant factor of the meditation, He's very simple way explain, what is awareness is, very simple way. If we do try in that way, definitely we will be able to achieve in mastery in our mind, I think. With this, really, I like to thanks to Rinpoche for giving this opportunity. And last, now I request to Dr. Tashi Tsering for deliver the words of thanks. Tashila.
First of all, I would like to convey heartfelt thanks to renowned meditation master, Reverend Mingyur Rinpoche, for his exalted speech on the subject of meditation for mental peace and happiness, which was very lucid and detailed and in accordance with the present busy world. Therefore, thank you very much, Reverend Mingyur Rinpoche. I also would like to convey thanks to the Vice Chancellor of the Institute, Professor Geshe Ngawang Samtenla, for arranging this opportunity of listening, contemplating, and discussion on the exalted speech of Reverend Mingyur Rinpoche for the Institute's faculty members, research, staff, and students. Therefore, thanks to the Vice Chancellor. I also like to convey thanks for all the faculty members, research staff, and students who came here to use this privilege. Thank you very much.